Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. Okay. Watch out for 123. I promised it would show up in North Carolina. It dropped 312. Watch out for 123. 372 straight. 372 straight. 372 straight. I promised that combination would show up and show out. Focus on my top 5 three digits, which I promise my top 2. Number 1, hello. Said it would manifest between 7:30 and 8:05. I also guarantee it would go to Florida. 2121. They dropped 2211. Watch out for 1212 and 2211. I guaranteed your 9029 would show up and show out in Georgia. Focus on my top 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. I even detailed. I also guarantee the number 3 number would go to Georgia. $155. I promised that number would show up and show out. $795. Number 1 number. I promised that combination would show up and show out. I said focus on my top 5 three digits. I promise my top 2. Number 1 number. I said it would manifest between the date 728 and 83. I even met my deadline on that prediction. 8824, ladies and gentlemen, they dropped 4. 882. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would show up and show out by my deadline. I merely said focus on my top 5 4 digits, which I promise my top 2 big money patterns will manifest between the dates 728 and 83. I even met my deadline on that promise. Again, do not send me any money if you cannot play the number 1, number 2 number. Do you hear me? I will send it right back. If you ask me what to play, I will send you your money right back with no questions and no further dialogue. Again, a 5-year-old can play number 1, the number 2, fire, triple dollar signs. 865, ladies and gentlemen. I promised that number would go to Michigan on yesterday's date. How many people can see 192? I met my deadline. I said it would manifest between 728 and 83. I also guaranteed the number would show up and show out. Tennessee. 192 straight, ladies and gentlemen. I said it would manifest between the date 731 and 87 in Tennessee. Straight. 2951. I kept my promise. It's Florida, 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 Florida. I think that was the day before. We'll roll with it though. Let's see here. Just making sure. Yeah, that had to be the day before. Yeah, 1925, 83. 2951, promise kept. Pen and paper 5791, you will see 1984. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 1984 showed up in DC on that promise. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see a rash of all of these numbers rolling out. So, let's do this step by step. Okay, 4321, you will see 5607. You're going to see in North Carolina. You're watching out for 9483, ladies and gentlemen. 9483 is a New York number. You're going to see it in Iowa. You're going to see it in Virginia. 2 states before, 2 states after. 9821, you will see. Watch out for 1899 in Virginia. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina. There's your 5670. 2 hours. 2 hours. We only need an hour, but 2 hours before the number dropped, I promised it would show up and show out for my VIP. Zero 50212. You're going to see 134. You're going to see 140. Watch out for 579. You will see 230 North Carolina. There's your 579 right there, ladies and gentlemen. $259, you will see. 374, you will see. 140, Pennsylvania. And Virginia. Don't leave out Iowa. 134, you will see 134. Florida. Pennsylvania. Virginia, and those are by way of North Carolina, 2 states before, 2 states after. As you can see, I promised the 230 would show up and show out multiple times yesterday. Dropped in North Carolina, dropped in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. 2 states before, 2 states after. 7162, you will see. You're going to see 7162 in DC. You're going to see it in Rhode Island. Watch out for 5543, Florida. 9210, Georgia, Michigan, New Jersey. 8876-2001. You're watching out for 7896, heavy. You will see 1112, quad deuces. 2110, 6221. Those numbers are by way of Florida, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 5345 for Florida. I even met my deadline on that prediction. 664116. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see these combinations over and over and over again. Look for them in South Carolina. Look for them in New Mexico. You're going to see 598 no matter what. You're going to see 394 in Florida. 708 and 621. 621 is a New Mexico number. 2 states before, 2 states after. Don't leave out Pennsylvania and Georgia. 259 and 123. We already got credit for the 312. We promised that number would show up and show out. So watch out for 134 and 618 in DC. Those numbers are by way of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, 394, I guarantee that number would fall straight in Florida on yesterday's date. I said focus on my top 5 3 digits. They will manifest from 730 to 85. I also guaranteed my number 4 number to drop in Florida. Guaranteed straight for that day. That number will be promised in the future. Five, 6, 2, 2, 4 on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, 673, you will see no matter what. 760, no matter what. 287, you will see. You're going to see 751 over and over and over again. Your 751 is a Michigan hookup. Watch it come back. 517. You will see 273. Just like I said. Boom, boom, boom. Watch out for 139 in Pennsylvania. You'll see it heavy in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Florida. Here's your 517. Promised that number would show up and show out. 71751, I guaranteed it would show up and show out straight. 751. 8720, you will see. Watch out for 5491, extremely strong 5491, Mississippi. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see it in Indiana. You'll see it in Missouri. You'll see it in New York. 2 states before, 2 states after. You're watching out for 5420. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 1963 in Michigan. The backup plan is 3196. 5421 you will see, and 1471 Mississippi. Watch out for 6052. It does have quite a bit of stars. And 2671. You're going to run into that combination as well. Look for those in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Ladies and gentlemen, 1963 was drawn yesterday in Michigan. I predicted 9163 combination would fall in Michigan by 8-5. Guaranteed it would fall. I said the number 3 number, guarantee 1, 2, 3. That's the number 3 number. Watch out for 0265. You'll see that in Georgia. You'll see it in Delaware. 2 states before, 2 states after. 9230. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see Georgia. 2 states before, 2 states after. Watching out for 7819 in Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 8291. 8291 is a Virginia number and DC number, 2 states before, 2 states after. Be sure to do it in Ohio and Michigan. 9066 is a Georgia hookup and a Kentucky hookup. Write those down. You're watching out for 3240. Your 3240 is Virginia, 2 states before, 2 states after. You got 5064. You got 3260, which is a Kentucky hookup. Be sure to write down Kentucky, 2 states before, 2 states after. Those that I just revealed are by way of Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. And as you can see, I promised your 7819 combination would show up between 82 and 88, only having to wait one day for it to fruition. 848699. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 649 and 842. Look for 649 in New Jersey. 842 Iowa. You're going to see 239418. Your 418 is a Ohio number. Look for 841 as a backup plan. 174, you will see Iowa, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 508 over and over and over again. Your 508 is a DC number, a Missouri number, a Kentucky number, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 111. There's your 841. I guaranteed 841. 583. Deadline met, guaranteed. And ladies and gentlemen, 418, I predicted would fall straight between the dates 731 and 86. Watch out for 822. Watch out for 338. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 904. You will see 965. 965 South Carolina, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 965 over and over and over. Look for it in Delaware. South Carolina, You're going to see 873 and 749 no matter what. Watching out for 641 and 702. Those are guaranteed. 206 is your backup plan. Those numbers are by way of Georgia, 2 states before, 2 states after. As you can see, your 749, I guaranteed that number would fall straight between the date 728 and guaranteeing it would fall by my deadline date. And I predicted the number 4 number would fall straight, guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, I went even further and placed it in the number 1 position and made that combination a promised position number. Eight 520 Missouri, New Mexico. 2 states before, 2 states after. 3557 Georgia. 5097. You will see that combination. Look for it in New Mexico. Look for it in Missouri. Look for it in Indiana. You're going to see 6375 guaranteed. Your 6375 will be promised in the future. Look for it in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Georgia. 3572, one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see quad ones, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 8466. 8466 is extremely strong. Look for that number in Ohio. 3795, one of my favorites. Look for that number in New York. These numbers are all by way of Georgia, 2 states before, 2 states after. As you can see, I guaranteed 3557 would fall, and I promised that combination would make it by 8-4. Yesterday was 8-3. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to watch out for 4571-3162 in Rhode Island. You're going to see 4578 over and over and over again in New York. Look for it in Michigan. You're going to see 2362 over and over and over again. Look for that in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. $6210, you will see that combination over and over again. Kentucky. $5222, that's guaranteed. Watch out for 4150 no matter what. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina. As you can see, your 2623, I guaranteed would fall. They dropped 3262 for the VIP. 992044, no matter what. 805, that's your sum of 13, 4, and 22. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see that combination in Missouri, 2 states before, 2 states after. 543753, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, you will also see your 370 and your 206. Those are guaranteed. 361, you're going to see over and over. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking at the predictions, 361 coming from 753. I said on 8-3, 361 would fall straight in Pennsylvania. And I promised it with triple dollar signs. Watch out for triple nines. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, numbers don't lie. As you can see, here's your 361 right there, right? And then don't you see 751? 751, ladies and gentlemen, 751, 751 dropped here as 715. And 751 straight, ladies and gentlemen, on a promise. There's your 753. I promised 753 would fall straight by 8-8. It fell by 8-8 in North Carolina. Seven seven one 577. You're going to see 745. You're going to see 364. Ladies and gentlemen, 904, no matter what. Missouri, South Carolina, Georgia, 652, 562. You will see 729 and 124. 729, 297. Your 124 is a Iowa number. Also, don't leave out Ohio. There's your 625. There's your 652 straight. Ladies and gentlemen, 9862 Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, 7210 UOC Pennsylvania. 8939 UOC. South Carolina, New York. Watching out for 7654, ladies and gentlemen. 7654 is extremely strong for DC. You're going to see 8410 over and over and over again. Watch out for 4210, Mississippi. 2011 is extremely strong, Pennsylvania. And also Florida, 2 states before, 2 states after. Those numbers are by way of Florida. There's your 9839 that I promised would fall. It's going to continue to keep falling. 3572, you're going to see over and over and over again. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Michigan. 1253, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, 4690 is another strong combination for New Mexico and Georgia. Watch out for 7815 and 8857. You're going to see 3856 and 3586 over and over and over again. Watch out for 7053 and also 7005 in Missouri. Those numbers are by way of Georgia. There's your 6940, 9064, promised to fall, and it fell. 200, 844. You will see 294 over and over and over again. 294, I promised would show up and show out in Iowa. Watch out for 187. You will see 413 over and over and over again. 286 is extremely strong for DC, also New Jersey. 836 you will see guaranteed, and 765 in New York. Those numbers are by way of Georgia. There's your 268 guaranteed to fall. They dropped 286. You got 911 and 889. Ladies and gentlemen, your 470 is no matter what. Your 307 will fall straight. I promised 307 would fall straight. You're watching out for 792 on a promise. You're watching out for 038 on a promise. You'll see that in DC heavy. Watch out for 128 and 317. 128 and 317. Those are New Jersey, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 083. They dropped 038. I promised that combination would fall. It did. 7541, 5374. Your 5374 is extremely strong. Look for that in Florida. You will also see it New Mexico. 0869, you will see 8597, you will see 2571. You will see these combinations rolling out. They are by way of Texas, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for that 7547 in Kentucky. There's your 6890 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Be aware that you will see it in Pennsylvania and you will see it in Georgia. 2 states before, 2 states after. 9385, you will see 9385, Virginia. Watch out for 7654, ladies and gentlemen. 7654 is extremely strong. You will see that in DC. You're going to see 3882 over and over and over again. Ohio. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for 0941, 0931. Those are guaranteed. 3489. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see that in New York. You're going to see it in Virginia, DC. You will see it in South Carolina, 2 states before, 2 states after. 0791 is your only combination on fire. There's your 2883 that I promised would fall. It fell. Watch out for 990177. These are extremely strong combinations. Watching out for 267. You will see 824 over and over and over again. Watch out for 729 and 792. You'll see those numbers on a promise. 396 will be following that today. You'll see 760 and 710. These numbers are by way of Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 729 as promised, or should I say guaranteed. Number 3, guaranteed. Focus on top 4, top 5, 080, 966. You will see these combinations. 649, 597. Those are no matter what. You will see 430 and you will see 361. There is your 361. Be on the lookout for your 430. Ladies and gentlemen, your 319 will make its debut and 845 shortly thereafter. Those numbers are by way of Michigan, 2 states before, 2 states after. As you can see, the 597 was promised to fall straight, and 597 was delivered straight to my VIP. 4831, 4851. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see those in New Mexico. You see it in DC. You're going to see 9321, ladies and gentlemen. 9321 will fall over and over and over again. Watch out for it in Indiana. And then here we have it right here as promised. 9231. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 8440. You will see 9576. I want you to watch out for 1596 to make its debut over and over and over again, like it did in New Jersey, answering my call. 9960, 9161. Those are Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. You'll see that in Georgia. Watch out for 4321, extremely strong. 9905, Georgia. Delaware. New Mexico. 8674 and 8671. You will see these combinations rolling out. By way of Tennessee, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 336, ladies and gentlemen. You will see 336 over and over again. Your 266 is your only combination on fire. 560, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 872, 824, huge big money pattern. 973, 792, over and over. 851. And your 560, remember that's not one to play with. You're going to see your 824, like I said, that's a strong combination. There's your 6019 for New Jersey, write that down. You're going to see 266 and 655 over and over and over again. I want you to write down 974, no matter what. 975 already dropped right there on the promise. Watch out for 973 and 385. Those are guaranteed. 503, guaranteed. Nope, that's no matter what. And 412, no matter what. You have 02666. You have 11364, 40148. All states from 82 to 89, 5 digits. You're going to see 7659. You are going to see quad nines, 9344, 1290, Georgia. You're going to see 5493, Delaware, Indiana. You are going to see 3479 over and over and over again, Mississippi. Watching out for 2180, ladies and gentlemen. You will see that combination. You are also going to see 0271, Pennsylvania. You are also going to see 7639, New York. Don't leave out Rhode Island. There's your 8210. They dropped 2180 for my VIP. I promised the number one number would do what it's supposed to do. Ladies and gentlemen, 6041, you will see. Watch out for 6034 on fire. 1160 Pennsylvania, 62 610 over and over. I'm giving you the same numbers and you're not listening. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for your 5798, alternate 8795, 6211, and 1820. Your 6290, ladies and gentlemen, will fall over and over and over again in Delaware. Ladies and gentlemen, your 6290, I promise, would show up and show out in Kentucky. Watch out for 6243. Watch out for quad sixes, 6006. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 5987. It will be making its debut in Ohio and also Pennsylvania. 2 states before, 2 states after. Don't leave out New York. You're going to see 161. You're going to see 313. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 134 and 871 no matter what. 563 no matter what. 710 no matter what. Guaranteed is 426. Mississippi answered the call, and 258. These numbers are by way of Florida. 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 710. 710. What did they drop? 710. I promised my number one number, 710, would happen for my VIP. You got 438, ladies and gentlemen. You will see 123. I promise 123. They dropped your 123 for us yesterday in North Carolina. Watch it repeat in North Carolina as 123 or 231, and watch it travel to the other 7 catalyst states. You're going to see 761, ladies and gentlemen. You will see 024, 360, and 542. Those are by way of Ohio. There's your 204. They dropped 024. I promised that number would show up and show out. It did. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 9761 over and over and over again. I want you to pay close attention to that number in New Jersey and Michigan. Watch out for 1943. 1943, ladies and gentlemen, my number one number I promised would fall yesterday, and it landed in Mississippi. Congratulations, Mississippi. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2580, you will see in Mississippi, you will see in Missouri. 2580, you will also see in North Carolina and Georgia. Watch out for 2493, 2493, New York. You'll also see it in Missouri. 2 states before, 2 states after. You'll also see it in South Carolina. Your 4930, you will see 4930, New Mexico. 4930, Mississippi. 4930, South Carolina. 2 states before, 2 states after. You will see 9240. You will see 6003. Very strong combination for South Carolina. And 0461, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your 5820. Guaranteed, it's promised for the future. 1098, 5882, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, 1097, 6282. Look for that in Ohio. You're going to see 5337 in Georgia. 2 states before, 2 states after. 2031, you will see 4375, extremely strong. Those numbers are by way of Michigan, as you can see. 2682, I promised that number would fall straight in Michigan, and straight it fell. 511088 on fire. 754961 you will see in Iowa and New Mexico. Watch out for 426. I promised that number would go to Mississippi. Watching out for 034 126 and 502. Your 502 I guaranteed would fall. It went to Kentucky. There's your 034. I promised my number one number, 034, would fall straight for my VIP. Straight it fell. 669, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, you're also going to see 778. Watch out for 816. You will see 146 over and over and over again. 012, you will see no matter what, and 894, you will see that number no matter what. You're also going to see 037 and 731 guaranteed. These numbers are by way of Georgia. 2 states before, 2 states after. 849, ladies and gentlemen, you will see. I promised that number would fall straight, and it fell straight on time between the dates 729 and 84. 0379, you will see that combination over and over and over again. Look for it in Virginia. Look for it in Pennsylvania. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 0395 1842. Watch out for 3576, ladies and gentlemen. That's extremely strong for Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. You will see 9930 over and over and over again. Look for that in Indiana. Look for that in New York. Also, don't leave out Georgia and South Carolina. (0903), ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would show up and show out. Watch out for 1843. 1843, extremely strong. You'll see that number in DC. 2 states before, 2 states after. (2841), you will see 2841 extremely strong. I promised that number would fall. It fell. They dropped 1842. Congratulations, Pearl Rose. 4852 and 4582. Look for that in New York. Look for that in Missouri. New Mexico. 2 states before, 2 states after. 8902, you will see. You're going to see 7361 in DC. And 7361, I promised that number would show up and show out. It did in Rhode Island. Watch out for 7063. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 2540. New Mexico. 2 states before, 2 states after. And don't forget your 1669 is on fire. 1669 is awesome for New Jersey and all of the catalyst states. 7731, ladies and gentlemen, Iowa. 2 states before, 2 states after. 6237, Iowa. And you're watching out for 2245, extremely strong. There's your 636. I need you to watch out for 233. You will see 251. You will see 402. Watch out for 210 and 960. Those are no matter what. 903 and 285 are guaranteed. Those are by way of Texas. There's your 960, 906. What did they do? They dropped 960 straight. I gave that number to the VIP 7 hours before it even surfaced. 8246 8753, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, 4698, you will see no matter what. 7735, you're going to see in Georgia. You'll also see it in Iowa. You're watching out for 6753, extremely strong combination. Look for that in DC. You will also see 8644 make its debut. 8753 is your only number on fire. 1264 is no matter what. 1264 is no matter what. Those numbers are by way of Tennessee. There's your 8246. Over and over and over again, I'm giving you the same numbers that have the highest probability of making money investing in them, not gambling. 46987735. How many times I got to give you the same numbers? 67538644. There's your 3757 right there, ladies and gentlemen. 3757 was drawn straight for my VIP. You are going to see 878 and 266 on fire. 134712. Ladies and gentlemen, 712, I promised would show up and show out, and it did. You are also going to see 261609. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 581 and 409. There's your 266 straight. I promised that number would fall straight. Watch out for 3380. You will see that combination. Watch out for 1485, another strong combination. 1298, Virginia. 7033, you will see. You're watching out for 3410 and 7032 in Iowa heavy. 8450, ladies and gentlemen, is a Missouri number. And 8450, if you are paying very close attention, how many people can ascertain that that is the only number on fire? How many people can see 5480 answer my call in New Mexico? So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of time and a lot of energy goes into my predictions that I actually provide under minimum wage for donations, basically. Okay? Now, we're going to tally these up and see what happened. We are looking at what I guaranteed. We are looking at what I promised. We're looking at what I called to fall straight for yesterday's date, 8/3. Today is 8/4. Okay, let's see here. Real quick. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 790, I promised would fall. 790 fell on that promise right there, straight. And I promised it would fall more than once. There it is. Let's see here. I guaranteed 750 would fall. Let's go check out your 068. 068, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee 068 would fall straight. Let's take a look at 522 and 225. Guaranteed it there. And let's see. Guaranteed it there. Guaranteed. 5, 2. Let's see if I promised 522. 522. No, I did not. Okay. Moving right along, we're looking at 103, 2 days ago. 103, I guarantee straight. 194, 194, I guaranteed straight. Between 7:30 and 8:05. Actually, I promised that one straight. 194. Might as well check out your 144 real quick. 144 straight. Alright, we did do at 054. I think I overlooked 054. 045. 405. 405. 405. 405. I guarantee 405. Alright, 599, 599, 995, nothing happening, 917, 2 days ago, 917, 917, I guaranteed 917 straight. 964, 964, 964, 964, 964, straight. One five three, 153, straight and promised. 153, triple dollar sign. Alright, we'll do 593 and wrap it up. 593. Number 4, number 539, South Carolina. Guaranteed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's tally these up here really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 49 numbers total, either promised or guaranteed. I actually promised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I promised 31 of those numbers to fall on yesterday's date. I either promised or guaranteed straight numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to do it from the top to see if I overlooked one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 of those numbers I either promised or guaranteed would fall straight. Let's just see how many of these that I promised would fall straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of those numbers I promised. 9 of those numbers I guaranteed. Again, if you would like to experience winning multiple times each day, every day, without fail, go to dynamicpredictions.onerender.com, knowing that if you invest in just the first number across 7 states, multiple drawings, you will win multiple times without fail. I will see you all at the winner's table, no matter what. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day. And remember, there's absolutely no luck needed with this type of work that you see me providing for my VIP members. I post the results on TikTok and on 2 different Facebook pages, so you can see those results then. And let's see, at 10:30 today, I will be rolling out Tennessee's results and Tennessee's predictions going forth for all states.